Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm Duke Silver. Today we're going to be playing More Galaxy. Our captain selection today is Geppetto, which is a summon-focused hero. You just want to like force golden toys, and it's a pretty good tempo hero. I mean, you get a bunch of stats early in your slots if you can find some early summons. Wizard Headmaster, which just wants you to cast spells every turn. If you cast 3 spells, you get an uncommon mage, and then the rarity goes up each time you complete that process. Very powerful, but very, the play patterns are a little bit similar, but who doesn't like casting spells? Sir Galahad, start of the game, you get an epic treasure, and then you get that treasure on turn 7, so kind of gives you direction early, gives you something to build towards, but you do have to survive till turn 7, which it's not that hard, but at the same time, if your treasure isn't going to save you, you can't really force it if you know what I mean. But anyways, we're gonna try the Wizard Headmaster today. Our list is basically just all mages, just every kind of mage you could ever want, because mages let you cast more spells. We got all the free spells we can get in there: Chaos, Ogre Magi, Moppet, and pretty happy about those. Also, some people don't play any legendary mages, but I don't mind playing like Prospero or Elm Minister. Because I kind of hunt for common treasures early. I have Aladdin in the list as well, which is the only non-mage here, which lets you get a common treasure if you silver it. So if you can find like breadcrumbs, then or what do you call it? The potion that makes your quest characters give you one treasure rarity higher. These are very, very good for finding secret rares and closing out the game. Because sometimes the stuff you do is very unfair early, but does kind of fall off compared to some of the endgame builds. So I kind of like that option. Speaking of Aladdin, we are going to happily take that here, and then we're going to take the Fates. I like Plunder Penny too, but I really want to Smee with Plunder Penny. And we get turn one clones here. There's another Plunder Penny, which we are going to take this one. I kind of like the Stepmother, but I don't really want to be taking too many villains. Hey, we get the Smee actually, so that's pretty good. We're going to play Plunder Penny up front because we want to get that hunt, but we are never ever getting a hunt on this board. This is a ridiculous Geppetto board. I'm just happy we don't take a full heart damage on that against that. We definitely could have. I'm going to cast a spell out of on this in this shop. I mean, we want to get the ball rolling. We do need to fill this up. We get kind of instantly punished here though. But I'm still going to cast the spell. We're going to cast the spell on the Fates, and that's going to give us a free spell, because it says when you silver or golden it, so it doesn't necessarily mean you have to pair it up. I was kind of hoping for like a You Meet in the Tavern or a roll here, but we might just have to take a loss here. Well, we get the third spell, so we get to guaranteed fill up our slot, although it's Chaos, so it's not great. Chaos, we definitely want to find the silver version. We get another Silvery Moon, which I'm going to put on Aladdin. Aladdin, same as Fates, also says when you silver it, so you can use the spell. So I'm going to happily do that, I think. Maybe I just want the Lesser Mimic here. Although, we have 2 shots at a common treasure still that I wouldn't mind taking. So maybe it's just some stats. Maybe we go for the Worn Shield and then hope that that pays off for us or gives us a little bit of tempo. I mean, we don't want to be taking too many characters at this point. We kind of just want to cast spells and find mages, and we're gonna do that here. We find Snowball, which Snowball's a really interesting one. We're gonna take the Silver Snowball as well. But Snowball says farewell, I get +1/+1, then improve this bonus by +1/+1, and that might seem pretty innocuous. It's pretty small, but for those that don't know, you can actually TLK a Snowball. And the amount of times that this ability has been improved, if the character that it transforms into has an ability that can be improved, it'll be improved by the same amount. Say you transform this into a Merlin, which normally says +5/+5 to everything when you cast a spell. If this is died once, it'll say everything gets +6/+6 instead. So that's something to keep in mind. Kind of a sneaky way to abuse Snowball. We are going to go with the Meet in the Tavern. We're going to get this character. I mean, I guess we're just out of the Fates because it's the smallest thing. We're gonna happily take our Sabrina and replace the Aladdin. I want to play the Snowball for the reasons I said earlier. For potential abuse, I guess. Okay, Pumpkin Spice. I mean, Two-Headed Wizard is really good. I do want to improve our Plunder Penny here, but also I want to heal our Half Heart. But Two-Headed Wizard is also really cool. I mean, I have to just take the Pumpkin Spice Latte. Like I just need to play it as safe as possible since we're kind of just jamming spells and kind of ignoring characters a lot of the time. So I think Pumpkin Spice Latte is the play. We get a free roll with Lost in the Woods. Maybe one of the best spells to get on Headmaster. We're gonna happily take a Iron Cast Dragon here. Every targeted spell now is gonna give us a common treasure. Those are shots at breadcrumbs, which is phenomenal. What's our slot buffs looking like? Non-existent. So we're not going to worry about Shipshape Inspector. We'll just cast our spell, and then we're 2 away from our legendary character, which means we're going to get our legendary character on turn 5 or on turn 6. Sorry. And we even managed to tie this fight here. Ooh. Oh, but I want this Moppet. I can't take it, unfortunately. I just need to get my legendary character going. I need to see what it is, and then get that started. Prospero. It's already a 54 as well, so pretty good actually. Now any mage we take from here on out is going to make this a lot better, and we can throw. I mean, we're going to cast targeted spells on the Iron Cast Dragon, I suppose, but I was going to say we could throw targeted spells on there. It's definitely just Iron Cast Dragon. These aren't big enough for me to really care about. Villains in the shop get bigger. Frankenstein's nice on turn 7. I kind of want the Two-Headed Wizard. I mean, it's a wizard that we are a mage that we get to recruit. That's going to give this +6/+6, get it closer to that treasure. And also, I mean, the next thing we get is going to be doubled. I think I'm in for that. I mean, I don't know if I should have put it on board, but I did it, so not much I can do now. Yeah. I mean, just like the size of Prospero is gonna be big enough to win fights, at least for 1 or 2 turns. In general, we could just Midas Touch here. I guess we don't care too much about the Snowball being like getting the uncommon treasure from it. Although there are some good mage uncommon treasures, but we're getting to the point where it's a little bit past due. We do waste our Two-Headed Wizard here, but maybe that was a mistake. In fact, probably was. I completely forgot immediately, which I do more often than I would like to admit. Okay, we get a lesser mimic though, so if we can find a higher level treasure, or I mean, once we get the Prospero up to 100 stats, then that is going to be a doubled legendary treasure potentially. There's another Midas Touch. I mean, we got no mages in the shop. Like, this is kind of whatever. I guess we could just Midas Touch on the Plunder Penny. I don't love it, but we are going to take the free Two-Headed Wizard here. Once again, Lost in the Woods in there with it. Ooh, and there's Chaos. So, I mean, we have to double whatever we find, but I mean, it's free real estate. We double Lightning Bolt. Not what I wanted to double. I wanted to double a targeted spell, but that's okay. Ooh, speaking of targeted spells, there's a double. Unfortunately, we don't have our Two-Headed Wizard double anymore, but we're gonna move this over to where the slot buffs are, just to get the most out of our double here. It's gonna improve the slot buff by 6/1 and then double its buff. And then we could put Prospero there, and I think that should put it over 100. Yeah. All right. So we got our mimicked Prospero treasure. And well, we can give 100 to the lowest thing in our shop. That's not great. It's not phenomenal. We could also, I mean, +6/+6 whenever one of this is a summons treasure. Like Jack's Magic Beans could be fine. I mean, we could potentially find like pancakes to kind of try and do something with this. Two treasures golden in your shop could also be fine. I mean, Like we could try an audible into like a treasure hoard potentially build. But these are not incredibly exciting. I think I go for the stats over the Hand of Midas. Although Hand of Midas, like finding a treasure every single turn, like that's pretty good. And also getting more options. It's kind of tough actually. I'm gonna go with the magic beans, I think. Apparently it's gonna split them, unfortunately. I don't really love that, but we get a cowardly lion with a bunch of stats. Maybe we'll get the latest cowardly lion quest finish of all time. I want to say I want to take Jill Sunshine here. I think. I mean, it's 103, 104, bigger than Plunder Penny by a lot. Good Stroke of Midnight, or we could just take the wind-up toy that's very large. I kind of want to keep the Iron Cast Dragon, though. So when you buff another slot, buff my slot as well. I don't think we're really doing stuff with that. I think we just bank the wind-up toy. And then, well, actually, I mean, it's just better than the Cowardly Lion. Even if there is a chance at getting the uncommon treasure, it's probably just better to play the doubled stats, right? I was just maybe getting a little bit greedy there. Although, like on this board, I think we definitely get the the quest done. And yeah, I guess we just kind of hope to tempo people out of the lobby at this point, since we didn't really hit like a big high roll with our mimic treasure. Like a mimic like Excalibur or KO Star would have been a way to kind of like really run away with it. I kind of like Scarecrow. Again, the buff split here, which is unfortunate. But also, I don't want to play Scarecrow on board, I guess. So maybe it's just G-Man with extra stats. The big punching bag. I think I just cast the spell. And look for potentially what do you call it? The thing that gets your treasures one level higher. Lucky chest, right? I think that's it. I'll just take the Wand of Shielding. Not that we're casting a ton of spells. I mean, we are kind of casting spells still, even though like we don't necessarily need to. But also, it looks like we might just be tempoing people out of the lobby. 105, 109 stuff on there is fine, but I'm gonna keep digging. I'm gonna keep digging for a high roll. Like we've got the tempo. We might as well. This snowball, as much as I like keeping it and praying for the TLK, it just doesn't seem to be showing up. So maybe it's time to replace it. Although, I mean, you know, once we'll go until we lose a fight, and like it looks like we're just not going to lose a fight at all. It looks like our 100 stats is just going to be enough to win the lobby. It looks like our opponents just never got anything going so far. Maybe we just replace this. Or I guess we replace the wind-up toy. I mean, the treasure hoard is better than like this, but we definitely don't even want to play Long John Silver. We want to find these extra stats with silver. I guess it doesn't actually matter because they're not going to get. I guess there's a shot. There is a shot that they get bigger with magic beans. So we avoid Long Johns. I don't know. I'll just cast a spell. I'm pretty happy with my board. I mean, based on what my opponents are doing, my board feels completely adequate. Okay, actually, you know what? Geppetto does have some stats over here. We're still gonna win here, and it is the last fight of the game. So there we have it. We just tempo everyone out of the lobby. Opponents didn't really get too much going, but yeah. And yeah, we didn't high roll on them, but you know what? That's just how games go sometimes. I mean, we just played some dorky characters with enough stats to win. I know it's not the most exciting. It's honestly like kind of late for how bad the opponent's boards were. Like we were pretty late in the game. This is definitely not typical. So I don't know. Maybe we'll have to run back a Wizard Headmaster game in the near future to get something a little more exciting. But yeah, for now, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope I don't know. I hope it was at least somewhat insightful. Me sort of trying to talk my way through it, even if the end result wasn't that exciting. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. It really does help. It helps get the video in front of more people. And yeah, I'll see you next time.